Alright, Delta faucet. I fixed it from drips several times during its life. And now, it's leaking from under the handle. Actually, both sides is. I didn't really know that till just now. So, I bought this little repair kit. I think all I need is the couple of O-rings that goes at the bottom of the, or where the valve stem seats in, the larger O-rings. I think that'll fix it. It also comes with a little piece of springs and little rubber seals that you need if you're having a drip when it don't shut off all the way, it drips. Which I have just used the regular ones and stretched those springs before and not bought a new kit before, but this kit was just $3 at Lowe's, so I figured I would try this. They didn't have a Delta brand kit, so I'd use this. I'm a little bit leery about turning the water off at the valves underneath because sometimes those valves will start leaking. So I'm going to have to figure out what I want to do on that. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm just going to shut the main off because I'm going to have to shut both of these off anyway. And the odds of one of them leaking or both of them is extremely high. Because the last time I turned a toilet off with one of these old valves, I like to never got to stop leaking. And at least if it starts leaking outside, underground, it's 2 foot underground, and you know, I can at least control that. If it starts leaking, I'll have to shut the outside off anyway, so I'm just gonna go shut the outside water off. Easy solution. Alright, I'm out here at the shut off that I buried myself years ago. I'd hate to get this valve to start leaking, but you know, that's what I'm going to turn. I'm not going to fool with those inside ones. We'll see if the shut-off valve worked. Relieve the pressure on both of them. Seems as if the main shut-off worked for the most part. It's still leaking, so that kind of sucks. That's more like it. I turned it tighter. I didn't want to turn it no tighter off than I had to, but I can work with that drip. So I'd probably stop. But yeah, I've got the kit, screwdriver. I think they said it takes a 3/32 Allen wrench, which luckily I have one here. Hex wrench, whatever you call these. But anyway, I gotta take the handle off. You can see the little hex screw there. Take each handle off. It actually, instead of 3/32, it's too big. It takes the 5/64 little Allen wrench on this particular Delta, and untightened those, lifted them off, and then you can see the valve stems on each side. So now I'm gonna take my pliers, loosen them. You gotta take into account where these little pieces are in here too, the little pieces that keeps it from turning. There's one on the floor facing forward, the other one is facing the back. They're both fully on position right now, so that's the way I have to put them back. Those wasn't too hard to get off. Now you can see what I'm talking about. These lift out. A little piece, this one goes on the left bottom, and this one goes So, you know, since they're all the way on, this little piece goes all the way to the back. So I'm gonna put them in orientation on there to kind of show that. Now this valve stem should be able to be wiggled out with some pliers anyway. Let's see here if I can get it. Trying to wiggle it out of there. Alright, I'm gonna have to turn the camera off to do it. Okay, upon getting this out, you can actually see these two. There's the larger O-ring, and then there's another one on the valve stem down lower. Which that kit luckily appears to have, so I'm going to replace both of those. The little washer and spring, which is what shuts the water off. I might stretch that spring a little bit while I'm in here, but I guess I will. But the shut-off's working, so but you can see they're in there. You have to fool around seeing, but when I pulled this plastic part off, I took the O-ring, which they look okay, so I'm not sure but what's going on, but I'll just have to see. Basically, this is still down there, feels good. I pressed on it, extension. It's not dripping here, so I'm not going to fool with that. If it's not broke, don't fix it. This right here, I cleaned the part on the side that smaller ring goes on, as well as up inside there, and then the larger one goes up on that outer rim, and I'm going to replace those with the ones in my kit here. Okay, this O-ring is the same as the new one, but this other one is a little larger, the one that goes on the inside. There's actually two different ones in here. So, I'm using this smaller one of the two. It's just made different. I don't know if it's going to work out properly or not. I'm just going to have to see. But I put that one on, it don't want to go up into there. So, but maybe I'll have to use the old one. I just have to see if it'll work. Okay, I got the other one back in. Cold side, I cleaned this all out just like the other side. It was, as you can see, the towel's pretty black from up in there. I guess where the old O-rings had got worn. And I'm fixing to put the new ones in out of this kit on this side. I hope God this fixes the faucet from leaking out of the handle. Now, for the moment of truth. Okay, no water coming out from that one now. And no water coming out of that one. That one was leaking very little. This one was pouring. I didn't even know that one was leaking until I got on there and got looking, but I don't ever use this bathroom. But the drips, everything's fine. So, a little $3 kit seemed to do the trick, thankfully. Thanks for watching.